Do you think that there is more still to discover than what we already have discovered? Or do you think we've already discovered the majority of discoveries that will happen?
I want to tell you, and this will be a surprise to you.
Today on the Servant Leadership Podcast, we're joined by Dr. Zahi Hawass. Dr. Hawass is one of the most influential archaeologists in modern history and the former Minister of Antiquities for Egypt. Over decades of leadership, he has overseen some of the most important discoveries ever made, including major tombs, ancient cities, and groundbreaking research that reshaped how the world understands the pyramids and ancient Egyptian civilization. Beyond the discoveries, Dr. Hawass has led at a national and global level, mentoring generations of archaeologists, transforming how Egypt protects and presents its heritage, and insisting on integrity, fairness, and truth in leadership. His work has taken him across the world, earned him numerous international honors, and made him one of the most recognized voices in archaeology today.
Dr. Zahi, thank you for joining us on the Servant Leadership Podcast.
You are welcome.
You have had a career that every kid, I think, in the whole world dreams of having. How did you first get into archaeology?
No, it has a story. When I was a young boy, I was dreaming to be a lawyer. But actually, when I joined, I went to faculty of law to become a lawyer. I was young. I was 15 years and a half. And when I did buy the books of law and I went to the dorm, I found out that I would never continue to study law. It was boring. Then I did go and I changed from faculty of law to faculty of arts. In faculty of arts, there was many departments, and I really do not know what I can choose. But they told me there is a new department. It's called archaeology, opened. I said, when I graduate from this archaeology, what do I do? They say you can translate, to become a translator. I said, okay. I stayed for years studying archaeology. I hated it. I did not like it at all. And I was not a good student. I used to pass, just to pass. And I finished in my archaeology department in the age of 19 and a half. This was in 1967. In 1969, the government used to give a job to anyone who graduated from a college. They gave me a job as an inspector of antiquities in the antiquities department. When I went to join the antiquities department, I did not like the people. They were really lazy, and I said I'm not going to be like these people. Then I tried to study to be a diplomat. I failed. And I tried to move from antiquities to go to the Ministry of Tourism. I could not do that. I came back to the Department of Archaeology and I met the head of the department. And he said, a month ago, I signed a decree for you to go to do excavation in such a site. I said, no, I'm not going to leave Cairo and go to do this excavation. He said, if you don't go, I will cut 15 days of your salary. I was afraid. I took my bag. I went to the excavation site. I was miserable. And I did not even know what's mean excavation. I had no training. I was sitting in the tent, and one of the workmen came to tell me that the overseer of the workmen would like you to come because they found a tomb. I came, and the overseer of the workmen asked me to sit down. I did. He gave me a brush. He said, I want you to clean in the middle of the tomb, and I will clean on the back of the tomb. When I began to clean in the middle of the tomb, I found in the middle a statue. And that was a beautiful statue of Aphrodite made of faience. And while I was cleaning, I said, I found my love. I had passion
Wow.
for archaeology. But when I had passion for archaeology, I found out that I know nothing. I know nothing. How can I complete this passion? Then I did join Cairo University. I took a diploma in Egyptology. And I was lucky to get a Fulbright fellowship. And I went to University of Pennsylvania. I stayed 7 years. The 7 years in Philadelphia, it changed my life. It gave me really idea about a vision, about writing, about lecturing, and also it made me to feel strong in my personality, to be a leader.
Mm.
And that's really how, when I became the head of Antiquities, I changed archaeology because of my leadership.
Mm. Well, and that's one of the things that I so admire about you. It's not just that you've discovered so many amazing things, but you have led in a space that the whole world is curious about. As you've been in this position of leadership over decades, what are some of the biggest takeaways that you've learned that have helped you become a better leader?
You know, the most important thing when I became the head of Antiquities, Egyptians sometimes they like to gossip and they like to come to talk about other people. If you are the boss and you'll open your ears to everyone, you'll never work. And this is why the first decision that I made, someone, an important person in the department, came to me to tell me something about someone else. Then I ran the bill. I asked my assistant, I said, bring this person. And this person came. I told him, this man is saying this about you. They never, anyone came to ask me or to talk about anyone. Everyone worked. And the other thing that I did learn is to bring young people around me and to
Mm.
teach them how to make projects and give them a full credit, a full authority to make decisions. And even they make mistakes, I will not punish them. And this is why I had around me 84 young people who are now the best in archaeology because of my training. And number three, you know, when I became the head of Antiquities, I made something good. I said, I need to restore human being before I restore stones. Means that the archaeologists and the restorators, you have to raise to give them a good health care, to give them a good salary. Then they can really take care of the stones, take care of the restoration. And that was really something that made my leadership to be in the top. And also at the
Mm.
same time is to be honest. Because my father, when I was young, he gave me one advice. And he told me, if you put your finger under the teeth of anyone, he will cut it. And I told him, my dad, what's me? He said, to be honest, if you take anything from anyone, this person can ruin your life. And this is why I always, people accuse me all the time of things. I always smile because I know that no one really can get me because all the time I was really honest. And also, you have to be fair to everyone. You cannot give privilege to someone and don't give the others. I made rules for the foreign and the Egyptian expeditions that everyone has to follow. And also, I also brought archaeology to life to educate Egyptians about their heritage. And I made many young people to love their heritage. So when I did the live program, I sent a robot in the pyramids. I decided in 2002 to make it live. I want to show the whole world that I'm not hiding anything as people accuse me. Then you can see many things built by personality in a way that the 12 years that I ruled Antiquities, people still talk about this until today. And the other thing also, when people get retired, they go to bed and they sleep and they never work. And when I left my job today, the second day was more important when I retired than before. I left my job in 2011, but since 2011 until today, I traveled everywhere. You know, I was in Chicago last, I think, May. I gave a lecture in the convention center for 2,500 people. I gave 33 lectures in 33 cities last summer in America and Canada. Then I also got many prizes everywhere. Every country gave me a prize because of the work that I did. I took more than 12 honorary degree from many countries, America and Russia and China, everywhere. And also, I wrote books, and I will tell you, when you become famous, I think in my country or any country, you'll find always people attack you. But I learned if I did not find anyone attack me, I get upset. Means I did nothing today. And I'll tell you a story about attacking. Once I found out that New Yorker magazine, you know, this magazine is very famous, New Yorker, wrote an article about me, 17 pages. And I found half of the article was from people attacking me, and the other half people talking good about me. And I was upset why people attack me. I was traveling with Omar Sharif, the famous Egyptian actor. Do you know Omar Sharif?
Just by name.
Yeah. You have you seen Dr. Zhivago, the movie?
No. No.
Have you seen Lawrence of Arabia?
Yeah.
Okay. He's the main actor with Peter
Yep.
Cotton. And Omar was a good friend of mine. And
Wow.
he said, "Why are you upset?" I said, "Look, why these people are attacking me?" He said, "Let me read this magazine." He read the magazine and he came back to me to say, "I would like New Yorker to write 100 pages bad about me because bad publicity is a good publicity." The other advice that I give young people, that when I see someone attacking me, I look at my library and the books that I wrote. If I put the books above each other, they will be taller than the person who attacked me. And this is why I am like the train. I never look behind me. I always look up and work and do something. And that's really why people think that I'm successful.
Well, I think when we're talking about leadership with people, one of the things that we look at is how many leaders have come in their wake and come after them. And you have been able to train and teach so many amazing leaders. It's unbelievable. When you're going to mentor all of these younger people, what are some of the things that you're looking for in people? Because a lot of people would be coming to you, many more than you could accept, to ask for mentorship.
You know, I tell them passion, two important things, two advice. You have to have passion. If you have passion for anything small, you make it big. In my country, people doesn't understand what's mean archaeology. When I say I'm an archaeologist, people can laugh. But look how my passion made me a star. Now, not only in Egypt, but everywhere. And the second thing that I advise them, don't go in a fight with anyone. Defend yourself strongly and be like the train. Go forward and never come back. This is the most two important advice. that I give to young people.
You've had some amazing discoveries, and it's not just amazing pieces that you've discovered, but whole villages and other things that you've been able to discover that nobody else has. As you're going through that process, are you thinking in your mind, today is the day? Because it's a long career and it feels like a very hard job where people work for years without success. And you've been fortunate to have a lot of success.
You know, if you work hard with passion, you will have success. I am a lucky archaeologist, and I think the only most important thing for an archaeologist, you have to have a vision. You have to think of where you can dig and who can be your assistant. And this is why, in my excavation now in Luxor, we found a major important discovery that was chosen by Archaeology magazine in New York as the most important discovery in the world in year 2023. Now
Mm.
I'm searching for a royal tomb in the Valley of the Kings, and it will happen. I'm telling you now,
Mm.
maybe today, tomorrow, in 1 month, in 1 year, we'll discover this tomb. In Saqqara, we found a new pyramid. Now, we found a royal tomb of a son of a king. I'm also using DNA and CT scan to discover the mummy of Queen Nefertiti and her daughter, Enamored, who married King Tut. We are searching with DNA to find out how Tutankhamun died. I found the Valley of the Golden Mummies, a major important discovery. I discovered the tombs of the pyramid builders. That was really a good answer against aliens. Look at this Joe Rogan, who really believes in things. Like when I did the interview with him, he wanted to show that I don't believe in science because of these two
Mm.
Italians who published an article that underneath the second pyramid are a big city. And I told them, these people uh, are using uh, tomographic radar. Tomographic radar shows only about 60 feet under the ground. It will never show 6,000 feet. And the base of the second pyramid is made of solid rock. But he believes on that. And this is why
Mm.
we had big argument. And I did not really like this show at all. Because if you are doing a show, you cannot be convinced of one side. You have to listen to all the sides, and after that, give your opinion. Because look at people who say that aliens built the pyramids. Do we have any evidence about that? People who say that pyramids built by lost civilization. Do we have any evidence about that? No. But on the other hand, we have we found the quarry location for the Great Pyramid. We found
Mm.
the tombs of the pyramid builders. We found a great discovery, a papyri, that telling us for the first time about how the pyramid was built, giving information about the pyramid and the workmen for the first time. How can you ignore all of this and just go and talk about nonsense?
Well, I feel like a lot of times people wonder how in the world did they build the pyramids? Like it's just such an amazing thing. How did it happen?
We have all the evidence. First of all, the major problem that people only look at the Great Pyramid of Khufu. We have 120 pyramids in Egypt. Why Khufu pyramid is more accurate in size than any other pyramid? Because Giza Plateau that contained the Great Pyramid is a part of the Mokattam Formation. This geology of the Mokattam Formation divided to three levels. Level 1 and 2 in the bottom are very bad stones. But level 3 is the best quality of the stones, that no plateau in Egypt has the same quality of the stones. And this level are the level that the ancient Egyptian used to build the Great Pyramid. We found the following. We found that the Egyptian, when they draw on the ground a square base of the pyramid, they cut in the solid rock in the four sides until they made the base of the pyramid to be 28 feet only of solid rock, no stones. And after that, we found out that the location of the quarry located 1,000 feet to the south of the base of the pyramid. And we found that the only way for the ramp that the Egyptian to be built to, to transport the stone on that ramp has to be coming from the quarry to the southwest corner of the main pyramid. And I excavated the route of this ramp, and I found under the ground, left over of the ramp, lived the workmen who lived, and I found their tombs. They will come, and they were divided to three groups. One group to cut the stones by by diorite and flint tools. Others use bowls, diorite bowls, to smooth the stones. Others transported the stones on wooden sledges to the pyramid. And
Wow.
around the pyramid, they built an external ramp. You have to know, if you try today to build this pyramid, you'll never do it. Because are you going to hire 10,000 workmen a day to work for 28 years? You will never do that. But the 3 millions who lived in Egypt in that time participated in building the pyramid by sending workforce, the households in every village. They sent workforce and food to help the king. In return, they did not pay taxes. And we published, my friend Mark Leaner, who's an American, lives in Boston. We stayed 20 years writing a book about Giza. And actually, we worked together around the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid. And this book, it has all the information that any Pyramidians, any guy who believes in these crazy theories, if you read this book, you will never believe in anything like this.
Yeah. I mean, I've read some of your work and it is unbelievable. One thing I always wonder reading your stuff, and I haven't seen you talk about this, and maybe it's because it's a crazy question, but do you think that there is more still to discover than what we already have discovered? Or do you think we've already discovered the majority of discoveries that will happen?
I want to tell you, and this will be a surprise to you. What we discovered until now is only 30%.
Wow.
And still, there is 70% buried underneath the ground. And every day, there is a discovery. Every day. You know, what's amazing about Egypt? That modern Egypt is built above ancient Egypt. You can, in Cairo, dig in the courtyard of your home and discover something. In every village, in every city, underneath the houses, there's antiquities. And this really what's amazing about Egypt.
Wow. When we talk about leadership, I know many hundreds, thousands of people have learned from you. I'm curious what you have learned from ancient Egyptians and studying them about leadership.
I did learn many things. Number one is the idea of the national project. When you have a national project that you make everyone to believe in it and interested in it, you will make it. even it's something miracle, you will do it. And the second important thing is the ancient Egyptian believed in something called Ma'at, M-A-A-T. And Ma'at was the goddess of justice and truth. Every king had to swear in front of the God that he ruled the country with justice and truth. If you are a leader and you are justice to everyone and you are fair to everyone, you will be a great leader. And that's why I think these two important things that I did learn from the ancient Egypt about leadership, it made people to like me. And it made people, whatever I go in modern Egypt or in any country, people always, people always uh, respect me. And that really is because I was always fair and justice to everyone. And this is why, I'm coming to the States in January. I'm giving a talk in Bauer Museum in Santa Ana on the 11th of January. But on the 10th, in the Lido Theater in Santa Ana, they're showing a film about my life, produced
Wow.
by an American TV company, Jeff Roth from LA. And I'm really happy that my life, this is the third one about my life. And I'm really happy that this film will show to the young people how can you be successful? How can you accomplish things in your life? How can you make your name to be engraved in gold in history?
Hmm. It's interesting. I feel like people around the world have this draw to Egypt, into ancient Egypt specifically, and just roots trace back there. So much of history is based there. What do you think it is that compels all of the world to be curious about this? There's a lot of amazing people discovering amazing things all around the world that nobody cares about, but everyone cares about this so deeply.
I want this question can be answered. Are you married?
Yeah,
How do you have children?
yeah.
How old?
7 and 5,
Okay.
two boys.
I want you to go to the 7 years old. And if you tell him Egypt, he will tell you the pyramid of Khufu, the Sphinx. It's secret. There is something underneath the Sphinx. Mummies, magic, and Tutankhamun. These four things that every person in every country talk about them, mention about them. And this is why when I came to give this lecture tour in the States last summer, I had 2,000 to 3,000 people in every city. I'm coming back in 2027 to do a big tour in every city in America and Canada because people love ancient Egypt. Because of, if you talk about mummies, I scanned the mummies and we know about every mummy, how it died, mummification. Tutankhamun, the only intact tomb that found with gold, 5,398 objects were found inside the tomb. The Sphinx, what's hidden underneath the Sphinx? The Great Pyramid of Khufu, how it was built. All of these questions are making ancient Egypt to rest inside the hearts of people everywhere.
Hmm. What do you think has been the most amazing discovery in all of the discoveries? Maybe it's one that you discovered, or maybe it's something else. What has most impressed you?
I think the most important, because in ancient Egypt, when you come, you will visit tombs, pyramids, and temples. But the city, the golden city that I found
Hmm.
in Egypt and Luxor, is really important because it shows the life of the people who made this civilization. It tells you
Hmm.
about workshops, royal workshops, the artisans. It tells us for the first time about the life of the people who made this great civilization in the time of the Golden Age, the time of the great king Amenhotep III, the father of Akhenaten, and the two of them believed on the sun on the power of the sun behind the sun called Aton, the one God. And this discovery is really a major discovery in my life.
I'm just so interested in this. This is unbelievable, everything you've done. I'm thankful that you were willing to be on the podcast. Can I finish with 10 rapid fire questions where you say the first thing that comes to mind?
Of course.
All right. Who is the first person you think of when I say servant leadership?
My father.
5 words that most describe you.
Outspoken, fair, love people.
Favorite book or author?
You know, my favorite book is Fountainhead. Really, I don't remember the author. You know, this was a movie.
I'll look it up. I'm curious now.
This was a movie acted by Gary Cooper.
Oh, cool.
All time ago. She's a lady. Her name is something Rand. Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand. You know why I love this book? Because in this book, an architect who's not famous designed a building, but he could not convince anyone to do this building. And he gave this building to an architect who's known. And he told him, I want to give you this one, but you have to do everything on it. Don't make anything bad. You have to do this like this. Wow. But the guy took it and made something else. The good architect, he had to bomb the project because it is not something that he designed. And the court case in this film is the most important thing I've heard in my life. It shows if someone has ethics, if someone believes in something, he destroyed the building because the guy cheated him. And that's my favorite book.
Wow. I'll check that one out. Favorite food?
I love really Chinese food. I love it.
All right. Favorite thing to do in your free time?
I go to the gym and see a movie sometimes.
All right. What is a surprising fact about you?
If someone insults me, this is the end of his life.
Favorite place you've been?
I love Los Angeles because I taught at UCLA, and this is a city that I have lots of friends, and I go there all the time.
I know you've traveled the world, but is there anywhere in the world that you want to go that you have not been before?
India.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
My father advice. Don't put your finger under the teeth of anyone. This made me brave and not to be afraid of anyone in my life because I'm the only one on earth. When I go to bed, I sleep after 1 minute because there is nothing on my mind against anyone. I live in peace with myself.
Wow. All right. And finally, we talk a lot about servant leadership on this podcast, as you know. Why do you think it's important for people to learn about servant leadership?
If you don't have that, you will never succeed. That will give you the road of success. Without good leadership, no success.
Well, Dr. Zahi, it is such an honor to have you on the podcast, and I'm thankful for all you've done for the world, and thank you for your willingness to share on this podcast.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Servant Leadership Podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss an update. Be sure to check out the servantleadershippodcast.org for more updates and additional bonus content.